congratulations again. Started on pole, you dropped back, but you worked your way back in the race. It must give you confidence that even in a situation like this, you can perform and deliver.
Yeah, honestly, people think that like they talk about me kind of mastering these races, but I actually thought the first half of the race I did a pretty poor job with my attack mode, with my positioning, and I left myself pretty vulnerable. But I decided to roll the dice a little bit and have a go at the 6 minutes quite early and try and do to them what they'd done to me in the early phase of the race, and it worked quite well. So yeah, really pleased. When I was sat in 6th, I definitely didn't think I'd be standing on the top step of the podium.
Yeah, I mean, that roll of the dice certainly made it an intense race to watch. I mean, what was it like to drive in that?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, Pascal was pushing pretty hard in the 350, so to follow him was quite difficult. And then I knew I was just going to get one chance, and I had to make it count. I did, and yeah, it paid off. And then, to be honest, I was low on energy, but I was just hitting targets, defending like I was. Whether I'd have held on is another thing, but it would have been a long 3 laps to go.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how did you sort of bend physics to sneak the car past Pascal and the wall?
Well, I think there was about a car's width gap, and it closed as I was in it. So, yeah, I mean, I think I was touching the wall under him at some point. So, yeah, he was hard, but I like racing like this. I mean, people complain about it. It's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and I think it was an excellent bit of racing, to be honest.
Yeah, great racing, and then ultimately you've got that big moment for Nissan in Tokyo. You must be so pleased to get that win over the line, and the crowd's reaction must have been phenomenal to hear.
Yeah, it was amazing. I didn't actually realise how many people were here until I stood on the podium, so it was a really special moment for me and the team. Yeah, honestly, I sometimes feel like I need to wake up from the dream that I'm living at the moment.
It must have been such a dream to have your daughter on the podium as well, to celebrate. So special to have her up there.
Yeah, I mean, she asks. She came up in London and she always asks, can I come up? Can I come up? So when I win, I bring her up. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was tired already this morning after qualifying. I was feeling pretty stressed with everything. There's a lot of pressure to go through. And I was looking forward to the race being over, to be honest. And when it was over, I was tired, and when I saw her face, I just couldn't help but be super emotional.
Yeah, no pressure, but if you keep doing this, you'll get a taste for it. You've got to keep winning now.
Yeah, but I'm teaching her the good way. We have running races every morning and every evening, and we take it in turns to win. So she's already competitive.
That's that good mentality. That's great. Congratulations again,
Thank you,
mate.
mate.
That was great.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Absolutely insane. It's great.
It was a good race.
I mean, from 14th to 4th, that is, I mean, a brilliant run. I think there were 4 moves in one lap at one point, which is unbelievable. Can you just talk us through how you managed to do that sort of thing on the track?
Honestly, I don't even know. We went into that race expecting that you could maybe overtake 4 cars in 4 minutes, and we managed to overtake 8 cars in 4 minutes. So we doubled our expectation, which was, a great surprise to us. But yeah, a really good result. Obviously, some very decisive overtakes at times, and it worked well. The strategy was clean, and yeah, ultimately, I think we had a deserving P4 in the race. Nothing I would really change, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, watching that was intense enough. It's such like aggressive, decisive moves. What's it like actually being in a race like that? Are you just in a daze, or are you just so hyper-focused, or can you actually go, okay, this is different?
You know when you're on for a good race, and there was a few moves out there which I was very pleased with, because some drivers are extremely difficult to overtake and you need a lot of risk to pass them, and we managed to do just that. And then some are a little bit more easier, but yeah, you're just laser focused, trying not to make any mistakes. And there was a few overtakes which weren't even on TV, and they were the ones which put us in that position in the race, and really made it a good race for us.
Yeah, it's really the sort of race that shows almost anything can happen in this sport. Are you looking to build on such an impressive drive and see if you can do it again, or maybe not have to do so much in the next?
I mean, from our side, it would be nice not to have to do so much work. Tokyo is known for difficulty in overtaking, and we proved that we can go from 10th or 14th to 4th. But Shanghai is a little bit easier to overtake, so if we don't have the best qualifying, you can still have a good result. But I just want to try and start qualifying further up the field. It's so much easier when you do that, and we'll try and work hard.
Not long to wait until the next one to do that.
Exactly.
Congratulations, man. Great. Congrats on the P5. It's been a strong day, all day, really, for you. After quite a tough round 8 the day before, you must be pleased with the development in the dry.
Yeah, we were very fast in free practice 1. I was P7, so the car felt good here from, let's say, the first few laps. Of course, in the wet is a completely different story. Qualifying cancelled, you start in the back. Very hard to do anything from P18, which was a shame. But we managed to keep cool and to turn it around and to come today with a fresh mind and start working again really hard from scratch. Made the right decisions. Qualifying super strong. First time ever that the team leads one group qualifying. And then starting P6 and finishing P5 with a strong race, being able to fight those guys that have been here for many, many years. It's extremely important, especially in Yamaha in Japan. So yeah, the whole Yamaha was here. They saw the race, they support us, and it was a great point scoring.
Yeah, and I mean, what a race to watch. I mean, it must have been an amazing race to actually drive in. Do you actually manage to focus on how good a race it can be?
Well, there's a lot of things you have to focus while driving. So you're trying to see people around you, what's happening. But yeah, even so, Formula E has a great show. It's a shame that more people should watch it, understand how difficult it is, how tough are the decisions, because it is very, very hard to race the level we race in a track so tight like Tokyo, with all the contacts, with all the attack mode possibilities. So, yeah, I hope the fans enjoyed, because I think us from inside the car was chaotic, but we enjoyed.
And as you were saying, lots of fans should watch this. In Japan, there are loads of fans watching it, so it must be great to be driving for in part a manufacturer that is from here.
We had a lot of Yamaha fans pushing for us from the standings, from home, social media, so we're very pleased.
Well, you look good in the wet yesterday. You look good this morning, FP3. You look good in quali, and now you've snagged that podium spot for the first time. Talk us through the race. Talk us through how you did that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I won't cover yesterday, obviously, too much, but I mean, yeah, like you say, sort of since Monaco, like I really felt like, I can't remember where we were before, Miami we were a bit unlucky, but the car was already in a pretty good window from there onwards, I would say. And you know, in Monaco and here, I've had changing conditions and we're always fast, so I'm very confident in the car. Yeah, I mean, today was just, could have gone better, but it was, you know, pretty good. I mean, I don't think I've driven 2 sectors better in my life in that final duel. Just a little bit greedy on the brakes into 15, so yeah, that was a shame. You know, but I was, you know, 2/10. It was just probably one of the best laps I've ever driven up until that point. So, but I had to push hard to beat Ollie, because that Nissan and him, that combo at the moment is quite formidable. So, yeah. But yeah, the race. Obviously, there were points when me and Pascal were working together. I don't think I could have done much more. There was quite a long period in the middle of the race where I was leading, which is very ungood, but managed that well and actually ended up with similar energy to the people around, if not more. So, yeah. Taylor did a good move on me when he sort of caught us in the concertina, and you know, I wasn't going to let him have that. So, yeah, did him straight back, and yeah, it's great, pretty good.
Do you think that safety car sort of cost you a little bit more? Because I saw there was more energy in your car at the end there.
I think the only thing that would have happened is I don't think I would have outright been able to overtake Pascal, because, you know, like I say, we're kind of working together. I can't just lunge up. It's almost like a teammate kind of thing. But equally, I got to think about myself. You know, if there was an opportunity, I would have done. I actually nearly got past him just before the safety car. And that was on the edge defence-wise from him, I think. Nearly took each other out, but only because I got hit by Barnard in turn 2, which forced me into Pascal. But yeah, that was a bit on the edge. I think my best shot would have been Rowland and Pascal tripping over each other in the last few laps, because I think they were going to go at each other. You know, Rowland had 1% less than me, and I think Pascal had a bit less than me as well. So yeah, maybe in those last laps I would have been able to push in a couple of straights and overtake 1 or 2, who knows. But yeah, like I say, I don't really think there's much more I could have done today, and shuts up a lot of people, which is a nice feeling. Not that I care about them, but it's nice to shut them up anyway. So yeah, all good, and very, very happy for the team. It's been a long time coming, huge amount of work so far this season, and indeed in the seasons previous when we've had a pile of rubbish as our car, and now we've got a good car, we're getting things in the window, and yeah, very happy for them as well.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll analyse the race again and again and again, as is your character.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
ultimately, it was a great drive. It must just be the start of this race.
Yeah, I mean, across the line, honestly, I was quite calm. Like, I was happy, but without sort of, I should be there without being arrogant. Like, if you look at my past career, whenever I've had a good car, I'm always there. Winning F3 World Champs and winning F3 Champs, F2 races when I have the car, and always there when everything's in a good window, and everything now is in a good window, and here I am. So yeah, it has been a long time coming, and it was a bit of a relief almost. I've been saying before, I need a breakthrough, and it's finally come. So yeah, very, very happy, and yeah, just very grateful for everything up until this point, and the team. Caused some difficulties over the last few years, but they've stood by me and decided to keep me, and yeah, it's just all good, all positive.
Onwards and upwards for the PIF driver of the race. You were surprised by that, but well deserved.
Yeah, that's lovely. It's not. I felt like a lot of support after that race. People from all different categories of employment in the cross Formula E. From marshals, the guys in the doctor cars, the drivers, different teams. Everyone sort of coming up and being like, "Oh, Dan, so happy for you," and that is really nice to feel, because I often don't feel that I have people that support me. It's obviously the haters are very loud, aren't they? So you hear them more. But yeah, I've got good support, and I've got good people around me. So yeah, very happy.